All right, we are straight back into it for the Chongqing Major China qualifiers. Team Root versus Keen Gaming, not Team Gaming. And this is for Group A, and this is again a pretty important match. And this this two-game series are going to be my last two casts for the major qualifiers. So let's hope for some good games. Team Root just coming off the back of a 2-0 at the hands of PSG LGD, who have now secured themselves the #1 spot in this group. 5 points. I think that we have confirmation that it's just it's 1 point per win. You don't get 3 points for a 2-0. But even with that, are they guaranteed through?
10 seconds remaining.
So wait, Root and eHome only have 1 series left each, so the best that they can do is 5 points. Keen Gaming have 2 series, so they could get 6 points total. But PSG LGD still have 1 more series to play against Newbie Young, which they will probably 2-0. So looking like PSG LGD are through. So now we have a battle between Root, eHome, and Keen for the #2 spot, and Team Root have to beat Keen and then hope that eHome hope that eHome lose to Keen. But even then we could still end up with some kind of tiebreaker scenario. So I guess we'll have to see what ends up happening. But suffice to say that this is still an important match for both of these two teams. Got a bit of a draft going already. Root this Beastmaster is just moving up and up in priority. Nobody's even picked it yet, but it keeps getting banned. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I'm confused. Grimstroke's still in the pool. Keen Gaming taking the Centaur first. Dazzle's still in the pool. Phoenix is being banned. I mean, I understand the PA ban, but okay. Dazzle now coming in. Team Root, do they want the Grimstroke, or are they just going to let Keen Gaming have it? Yeah, Root have really been prioritizing this Magnus, so similar to what we saw LGD doing, we are just going to see Keen Gaming banning it out.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, so I've still got the Team Root stats up here. Let's pull some stats for Keen Gaming. How have they been doing? Well, what have they been doing more accurately? So they've been picking Lich. They've been picking the PA. What have they been doing this patch? Let's have a look here. So they've been prioritizing the Shadow Shaman a lot. They've actually been playing Brewmaster, but they only have a 33% win rate with it. Okay, so if there was anybody who was going to pick some Brewmaster, maybe it was Keen Gaming, but they've already got the Centaur for their position 3 more than likely. Team Root take a little while to decide whether or not they want the Grimstroke, as Keen Gaming just going to end up going for the Rubik. So they like the Rubik more than they like the Lich. Lich, I mean, could end up getting banned, but don't think that's going to end up being the case.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see.
5 seconds remaining.
What are they going to get rid of, actually? So I think Rubik is probably the safe lane support. I don't think Rubik Centaur sounds like that good of a lane. Tusk's still getting ignored, but I mean, I'm going to keep mentioning that, and he's going to continue to not get picked, because we now have a Doom ban. Okay. Alright. What are Root going to run with this Grimstroke? I mean, they already have a potentially quite good aggro tri-lane. That could be something that they go for. They get an aggro tri-lane, they get something that they're happy with running 1v1 against the Centaur. Like we saw, an Omni Knight do fine 1v1 against Centaur the other day. Because I think their tri-lane is really good. Rubik's not a terrible tri-lane versus tri-lane hero, but he's also not amazing either. So yeah, we'll have to see. Razor now banned. Okay, what are Root trying to set up for? We did see Razor completely annihilate a Dragon Knight mid the other day. They might be trying to set up for a Kunkka pick. I think the Kunkka is quite good. It gives you lockdown that you can't really save people with Stampede through. So that could be what they're going for. Kunkka's also been quite popular.
Radiant team
Or it could be Medusa, yeah. Medusa also going to end up being banned by Keen. Medusa, I don't think it's necessarily warping the Chinese meta around it, because it's not being... it's getting picked a decent amount, but it's just being banned a whole lot. And wow, how did I even forget about Axe? Well, there you go. That's your answer for what they're going to be running with this Grimstroke. Could even see the Axe like cutting the wave a whole bunch, and then again this Dazzle Grimstroke aggro tri-lane kind of coming in.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Very interesting. What are Keen going to go for? So they want maybe a Yule's carrier. They want a carry that doesn't do too badly against Axe. If they want more ways to deal with this, they could still pick like a Winter Wyvern or a Shadow Demon or something. Though Shadow Demon Rubik does not sound like a great support combination. And Keen will just go for the Naga. Okay. It's being quite popular.
Dire team pick.
I don't imagine that it's amazing against Axe, but okay. Yeah, Team Root are just playing this fast, it looks like. Like Axe can get a fast guaranteed Blink Dagger. The Lifestealer is going to be able to just get involved early on. Also pretty good against the Centaur, just in general. So that's a nice pick to see coming in here.
10 seconds remaining.
And what? You can't get netted while you're magic immune anymore, actually. So Naga is not really quite as good against the Lifestealer as she once was.
Radiant team back.
So that's important to remember. As Keen just going to end up going for Bane. Okay, so they've at least got a hero that can prevent the lane cutting shenanigans from the Axe. But I think ideally they want this Bane laning with Centaur. So that means that they're not going to have him available down bottom to be able to deal with the
10 seconds remaining.
the Axe.
Team ban.
I guess we'll see. Both teams now just looking for their mid. Puck getting banned out. Monkey King's also being banned. What are they trying to pick here? Are they trying to pick like Storm? Is this a good Storm game?
10 seconds remaining.
Storm Lifestealer certainly has some synergy. That feels like kind of the hero that they're trying to set up for here. Just something mobile, but also not great in the lane. That, or they're trying to set up for the Kanka pick, I think. Both of them would be good. Team Root do have the last pick overall, so Keen Gaming are going to have to show them their mid hero before Root are forced to make a decision. So if you're Keen Gaming, what do you ban? They've already got a Lifestealer vehicle. They've got some building damage from the Nakes. Their Roshan is not great. There's still like a Templar Assassin in the pool for more minus armor synergy and stuff like that. They're just going to ban the Dragon Knight. I don't think Root really wanted the DK. And now what do Keen do? Do they take the... I don't think they take the Kunkka for themselves. That does not seem all that great. I guess the other thing is that Root could be running the Dazzle at mid. That's the other thing that Keen have to watch out for here, is the potential for the Dazzle to still be played as a core. In which case, Root's lineup would be insanely fast. Like, get that early Dazzle Necrobook going, they're pushing, they've got the Sustain, Lifestealer and Axe both come online nice and fast, and as we've seen, this Naga takes a while to really get off the ground. So I don't know what I actually like for Keen. If they pick... Here's the thing. They kind of want to pick something like Lina, but if they pick Lina, then she just gets counterpicked. So they are just going to go for Pugna. Okay. Alright. It's good against the Lifestealer. Kind of gives them a little bit more presence in the early game. The Decrepify is potentially useful against the Axe. He can buy a Yule's if need be. And it's one of those weird
5
mid-matchups that
seconds
people don't
remaining.
necessarily play all the time, so I don't know if Team Root are going to have a go-to lane counter for this Pugna. Are they still thinking about picking something like the Storm or the Ember or the Kunkka? No, they're just going to go for a Death Prophet. Okay, so it is more push. It is definitely a superhero. Still very much early game centric. I think they're kind of looking to run down Keen Gaming here. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. The Death Prophet also pretty decent against Centaur. He's a big tanky hero, so the Spirit, what's it called? What's it even called? I haven't cast this hero in a while. Spirit Siphon was like potentially good. Anyway, let's switch over the overlays and just wait. The team fight from Keen probably a little bit inferior to what Team Root have. Actually, I don't know. They've got the song. That's gonna help. I'm just thinking that the AoE silence on Team Root is actually, on the Death Prophet, is actually really useful. So that's something to watch out for here. But let's get to it. 2-game series. Chongqing Major China Qualifiers Group A. Both of these two teams still in contention for one of those top 2 spots. And if you make it into that top 2, pretty good chances that you're going to the major. There's 4 teams making it out of groups and 3 teams making it out of playoffs. You do the math. I would imagine that LGD is taking one of those spots, but still good for whatever. It'll be fine for whatever other team makes it out of this this group. Aster seems to be taking over Group B. Group B is actually pretty competitive. RNG, Vici, and Aster all looking pretty good. IG not looking good at all. Looks like they're already, yeah, they're already mathematically eliminated. Okay, so who are they still yet to play against? They're still yet to play against Vici. That is the one problem about these round-robin groups compared to the GSL groups, is that you get these matches that no longer matter for one of the teams. But that's not, again, not the case at all for this one. And I'm just completely missing First Blood. Rubik's just dead. Alright, that's what I get for looking. I was not looking. I did not think we were going to have any early action, but there you go. Rubik just gets completely caught out. They were running in looking for an aggressive play and just get demolished. Poison Touch, Open Wounds, nice and easy. TR are going to try and contest this rune now. 11's already skilled up the Retaliate. He's just going in with the punches, but Open Wounds coming through. Never End in some trouble. Dark looking for this kill. They lose the Centaur. Never End on the run. Does manage to grab the Bounty Rune. Can they finish him? Dark doesn't quite have the move speed to do it. And Team Root getting away with... What, did they get both bounties? What's the bounty rune situation? So 11 did get one. It is 3 bounties for Team Root. And they get 2 kills at the start of the game. Alright. They are fired up after that loss against PSG LGD. They've had their warm-up. They're ready. Somehow this mid lane has already been split on the wave. Okay. Pugna dragging it out away from the tower, so he's going to end up winning. And oh, maybe not. I thought he was going to end up winning and resetting the wave in a good position, but not actually the case. Yao with the double stout shield, just sauntering past the tower. Dark doesn't have level 2 just yet, so can't Nightmare him to stop this, and it looks like Team Root going to be just fine to set up, though. The Naga seems to be okay farming underneath the tower.
Your blade.
Okay, so the thing for Dark here is that he needs to make sure that he still gets some experience. I've seen support players do this a little bit too much, where they're like, oh, I have to stop the axe from cutting the wave, so I'm just going to come and hit him and put pressure on him. But instead, the hero just never ends up getting any levels, and then they're completely useless for the entire laning stage. Like, Bane's good for now, but now we've got level 2 on the axe and the Grim, so if he gets hit by a Stroke of Fate and the Battle Hunger, I think he just dies. He actually needs to come over here and start grabbing some experience. And Old Chicken is trying to drag this wave in here, but Victoria just gonna put a bunch of pressure on him. And I mean, Old Chicken does have a salve, but are they actually gonna get all of these last hits? Again, I'm missing a kill down bottom as Dazzle gets brought down. Looks like what? Just lifted back into a stomp and then the retaliate damage. Look at those punches from the center. Actually, Rubik doing quite a lot of damage as well. Oh, Dark. Ticked out. Can they give him a last hit? Nope. Old Chicken's greedy. He's just going to take all of it. So Dark going to be forced to just tank through this battle hunger. He does have a salve to pop. Yao going to grab level 3 off of this wave. Old Chicken still has some tangos in the tank. Mid lane is going slightly in Super's favor so far. Pugna just ferrying out a couple more little stat items. Same story for Super. Does already have his wand. So Rubik Kaka staying down here for now. It'll be interesting to see what timing, if ever, he chooses to go and rotate over to top lane. Does he feel like he can do anything about this Yao axe? Damage getting traded at mid. Super does have a salve, as does Pugna. Both just gonna pop it. Bottom lane lifestealer with 2 points up in the feast so far. Old 11 does have all these points in retaliate. He does so much damn damage. He doesn't even get out of this chain stun. Dazzle didn't have the grave anyway, so not really super relevant, but oof. So much damage from Centaur. This new retaliate is actually pretty sick. Who needs double edge? And you can just punch people with your 4 strength growth. Old Chicken Tango's continuing to dwindle. Yao already level 4. Almost touching the Vanguard. See, this is what I was talking about with the Nightmare, but oh, Grimstroke able to just play it out, and the lane cutting continues. Alright. That was nice. And now he's even going to pull this into the small camp. A little bit of pressure onto Old 11, but no real kill threat here, as Dark actually just getting caught out behind. What was he still doing over here? Okay. Well, he tried to run for the tier 2 and just gets brought down. Yeah, still completely uncontested. I don't even know if he's going to bother going for the full Vanguard this game. Might just try and get some fast, get a fast Blink Dagger going. Over at bottom, Old 11 has just picked up some phase boots. A little bit unusual to see on the Centaur. I guess he feels like his lane is going pretty well, though they are going to come down here now. The Grimstroke on his way, so Never End still pressuring. They look over towards Kaka. They really want the Centaur kill. It looks like instead maybe they should just go for the Rubik. Managed to catch him for a second. Nice stroke of fate. Looks like Kaka is going to be brought down, but not before he grabs this bounty rune. He's actually running pretty far away. He's got a salve and some stick charges. I think he might be okay, though the lifestealer is pretty fast. One more stroke of fate connect. Nicely sniped by Victoria. And Team Root do end up grabbing that kill. Okay, so the Axe is by himself up top. He has just completed the Vanguard. What can they actually do to him here? Old Chicken managed to go over here and grab. Wait, did King Gaming get all 4 bounties? Okay, that's well worth it for Kaka's death. DDC and Victoria gonna make a rotation over towards the mid lane. Super does have the Exorcism ready, so if they get this kill, they could get some pretty big damage on the tower. Even glyphing the wave to assist with this dive. Pugna, what can he really do? He's got the Decrepify. He's got enough mana for all of, close to all of his spells. The Bane rotating over. The Exorcism's being popped. They're coming in from behind now. Can they get this Inkswell stun? Yes, they can. Looking to focus him down. Nightmare into the Decrepify, but that just sets up for the nuke from Super. And they're chasing forward, looking for a little bit more. Dark's juking into the trees. Is that going to be anywhere safe for him? Nope, just gets chased down. Brain Step buys him a couple more seconds. But Victoria grabs that kill. And Team Root, I don't think they're taking any inspiration from LGD from the previous game, but they're certainly playing like it. Nice aggressive early support rotations. A lot of this being enabled by the fact that they've got this Axe pick. So they don't really need to help Yao at all. He's completely fine to just play up here at top. 11, still just pumping this retaliate damage. Kaka tries coming around the corner with the lift, but Never End is okay. The lift still comes back though into the stomp, and with that retaliate damage, they will chop down the lifestealer. So the one silver lining for Keen Gaming is how well their Centaur is doing in this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Super actually rotating up top for some reason. Goes TPing over towards the mid lane. They did pretty decent damage to the mid tier 1 earlier. I have no idea why he ran top there. Old Chicken still just going for this max farm build. Looks like 404 coming up. And Old 11. Alright, also going to be going for the Vanguard. So slow Blink Dagger for him. Axe probably going to beat him to the punch just because he is farming both lane and jungle. Though Old Chicken is trying to do the same. Lifestealer just going to be going for an armlet. Team Root very much playing for this kind of early game timing. Oh, Old 11 getting gone on the bottom. They do manage to get the lift back, but the Inkswell connects anyway. So Old 11 in some trouble. The Rage comes through at the right timing from Never End, and he will secure that kill. Nice little execution from Team Root. Kaka did everything that he could, but was not enough at the end of the day. Super not going for a bottle on this Death Prophet. It's just going to be rushing a Yules quickly. They're rotating the Pugna to try and find this Axe kill, but no Fiend's Grip or anything. Yao is level 8. What, they've only got the 1 interrupt for a TP as well, so can't really set up on him. And again, another weird rotation top. Both mid laners have come and looked at this top lane and not really found anything. So looks like Pugna going to pay a little bit more damage onto this tier 1 tower. Super not willing to commit. Actually running down bottom, they've got the Lifestealer. Lift Stomp, same story again. DDC no points in the grave just yet, and they run forward, also bringing him down. Super TP's here. They do get the Nightmare. Looking for more. Stomp gonna catch onto both. Damage onto the Grim Stroke. Victoria's got stick charges. He survives Super. Popping the Exorcism is gonna be enough to drive them back. Dark getting linked on. Kaka's got the lift in 1 second though. We'll be able to throw him back. Gets him out of range. Nicely timed this time around. Kaka, he's the next target, but I don't know if Super can get this kill either. There are stick charges for Kaka, but the ghosts are a little bit too much, and Super will find himself a dominating streak, but Exorcism not hugely valuable, and Pugna does end up getting the deny on the mid tier 1 tower while all of that is going on. Alright, so the big question at the moment is just, is this Axe going to find some nice pick-offs, some nice rotations? Can Keen continue to buy time? They found the Dazzle. Super trying to defend him, who's actually in trouble. Dark getting some more auto attacks down. One more nuke, and Super finds himself a mega kill streak already on the DP. Some very weird fighting locations this game. But yeah, Pugna not holding a candle at all to this Super Death Prophet. Old 11 silenced up. It does deal with the Phantom pretty quickly. 10-minute bounty runes, a little bit more of an even spread as Team Root will be able to grab 2. So 2 apiece. Grim already has his level 5. Dark running bottom. Doesn't have 6 on this Bane just yet. And Kaka close, but also hasn't been able to grab it. Old Chicken just going straight Diffusal Blade. No Yasha, no Manta for him this game. DDC does finally have the point in the shallow grave picked up. And Rubik just grabbing some Tranquils. Okay, so we got the Axe Blink. Yao's not trying to be sneaky about it at all. Everybody on the map knows that he's got this Blink. Everybody knows that the Axe is going to get this item around this timing. It's just about how Keen can play around it and where they position their vision, where they position their heroes. And it's always a constant balance, right, in Dota of being like the risk versus reward of going for that additional wave of farm. Okay, so they see the Axe now, so everybody knows that they're safe. They can kind of keep pushing. Old 11's doing that at bottom. Top tower getting pressure by Never End. He is going for somewhat of a catch-up Midas this game on the Lifestealer. I mean, the Lifestealer certainly likes the attack speed, but I don't even know if this is a catch-up Midas. This might be more of a like, hey, I'm going to be 5-manning and sitting in my axe Midas. So I do need some guaranteed income. Because he's not even that far behind, really. I'm sure the Naga's doing better than him in terms of farm, but the Naga's just turbo farming the jungle with Riptide and Mirror Image. Kaka, level 7. Pugna maxed out the Nether Blast, so... Well, has the maxed out Nether Blast, so a good push at bottom. Alright, first smoke with the axe. Is this one going to be successful? They don't really see that much. They know that Dark is over here. They do have a good Observer Ward to set up for some ganks. But there are quite a few heroes down here. What can they actually find? Yao, Blink, just going to go for old 11. He is quite a tanky target, though. Doesn't have the Vitality booster. Super just going to pop the Exorcism. DDC trying to save him with the Shadow Wave, but I think he should have just run for the hills. Trosses the lift back, but he's already being slowed. The Ghosts continue pursuit. Yao jumps forward and just dunks him. Double kill for Yao. Keen Gaming getting caught with their pants down a little bit there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
With that, Team Root will be able to keep on pushing, get some damage onto this tier 1 tower. Super, that's just the last little bit of his Exorcism, and we'll probably have another smoke before too long. DDC has taken some levels at bottom, does have the bad juju picked up now. And Dazzle Death Prophet actually has some amazing synergy. I mean, it worked great before, but the bad juju, of course, really good with all that Exorcism damage. They're rotating with the Naga Siren. Old Chicken wants to get involved a little bit earlier. Dark does have the Fiend Script, the Rage, not going to save him. He has already used the Infest, but Yao's got the counter initiation. He jumps in with the call, but that might cost him his life as he just gets drained out by the Pugna. DDC tries to arrive. He had the Grave, but couldn't quite get in range. So, big 4-man rotation from Keen. Does end up finding 1 kill. And a pretty big kill at that, the most farmed hero over on the Radiant side of the map.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Old Chicken's looking for more. He's just running forward, does need to be a little bit careful. Soulbind gets thrown out, but they do have the Stampede to disengage. They're going to be okay. Never End still chasing, though. And hit by the Inkswell. They don't actually have the Song of the Siren to disengage. And in the end, it is just going to be Old 11 pushing out bottom a little bit more. Is he going to bother finishing this Vanguard? No. He just wants the Blink. Alright, none of this Crimson Guard nonsense on Centaur. He doesn't have any points in the double edge, but still. At least he's ready to start moving around and ganking and kind of matching the pace of this axe a little bit. I think if they can get to the late game with the Naga Siren, then they're looking good. The tanky illusions are going to soak a bunch of the Exorcism damage. You got a bunch of armor, so you don't really care so much about the Lifestealer. You do have to be a tiny bit worried about the axe, but this is looking like a game that the Naga Siren can win. Oh, DDC wanted to put a ward down. But, okay, they do manage to keep him safe from the illusions. Did they spot that ward got planted? Oh, Super taking a little bit of damage. Both teams realizing that there might be some vision up here. Yep. As Inkswell being stolen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So neither team really making any plays. Team Root I keep wanting to call them Team Runes because it's the same. I guess it's the same 2-letter acronym. It's just it's really annoying. That, and it's also like there's the double O, and anyway. They're smoking. They break the smoke on the Lifestealer, but he can always just infest the axe, so not a big deal. And now they're on the hunt. They'd love to find a kill close to this tower. Look at this line that they've drawn. They want to find somebody along here. Hopefully the Naga Siren, and then push the tier 2. Keen making a similar play. They're down bottom. DDC just trying to be safe as he pushes out the creep wave. But can they catch the Naga? Super. His smoke gets broken. He spots Old Chicken. That's the real one. He's got the silence as well. Hasn't used it yet, but he's taking so much damage. Now the silence is off, so Old Chicken does have the Song of the Siren to be able to escape the silence from the Phantom. Not coming in quickly enough, and Old Chicken will just be able to TP himself out. They're swarming this bottom tower. They know where all the other heroes are on the map. They needed that axe call, but Yao was not anywhere close. He is going to go TPing bottom. What can he actually find? Jump in, call, doesn't find anybody. Blink away from Old 11. He's going to be fine now. They drop the Fiend's Grip onto the axe. They're draining him out. Yao, these last couple of rotations have not been that successful. DDC tries to save him, but he's just going to end up being another casualty. Is now 11. No more interrupts. He just TPs away. And that is a 2-for-0. They do manage to catch onto the Bane. Super getting in with the Yule, so they at least get that interrupt on the TP, but that's an exorcism used to only find a Bane kill. They lost the tier 2 and they lost 2 heroes. So Keen Gaming, it's been a pretty back and forth game, or very close game so far, but now opening up a little bit of a lead for themselves. Lifestealer does almost have his armlet, but Naga getting close. Or at least getting closer to her Manta style, not necessarily close. And Pugna really starting to do some economic damage, building up that gold for his team, taking out all the tier 1s, and opening up a ton of space for the Naga to farm inside of. They need these axe rotations to start working a little bit better. It was a nice double kill down here to begin with, but since then, Yao's just died top, died bottom, hasn't found a single kill. They're playing around the axe pretty nicely. And Keen, they actually stole Exorcism for Kaka. Are they just going to take Roche with this? Oh my god. Does Team Root have any idea? Alright, they scan. They reveal that they are inside of the pit, but this is happening way faster than they might expect. Exorcism bringing it down. Yao jumps in, he gets the call, out onto 3. Dark, what can he actually do? He's Nightmare onto the Lifestealer, but that's about it. They actually end up losing the axe. But the nuke catches the Rubik. That's no more Exorcism. Super chasing forward. Old Chicken. They didn't have the Song of the Siren to make sure that this was 100% safe. And they will end up trading a 2-for-1, as it looks like now Root will be the ones to be able to go in and finish off Roshan. He's down around 10% HP. Bane trying to poke his nose over here. I think they... So they have the vision here, but I think they needed Bane to just be standing outside of the pit. They really should not have let Yao just walk over like that, and maybe they should have Nightmared the axe after he jumped, and then Fiend script the Lifestealer or something, but anyway. In the end, it will be a win for Team Root. Keen Gaming kind of outsmarting themselves there. They didn't have to go for the Roshan. They could have just kept farming. They could have maintained the status quo, but they wanted to go for the big play, and well, it ends up costing them big. Lifestealer now just 1 Mytho Hammer away from picking up his Deso. Rubik's still working on a Yules. Grimstroke, Aether Lens, pretty standard build. Super's got his BKB now. Alright, nice pickup for him. Dazzle, still no real items to speak of. I mean, so the bad Juju only working on his magic wand cooldown for the time being, as Axe, that last death, also setting him back that little bit further. Has fallen down the net worth chart a lot, and Yao does not have his Blade Mail just yet. Not that the Blade Mail is... Well, it's not enormously useful for getting these heroes to kill themselves. It is useful for being a deterrent. Like, you pop the Blade Mail and Pugna doesn't want to life drain you and stuff like that.
Under attack. Dire's structures are
little road bump, but I think Keen Gaming's still on track. I'm liking the way that this game is looking for them. So long as the Naga keeps on farming, I think they're just fine, and Old Chicken is doing exactly that. Bottom tier 1 tower, gonna get pushed by Super. He does have an Arcane Rune, so he can pop the Exorcism here and not be too unhappy, but Old 11 is setting up. What's the TP situation on the rest of the team? No Pugna TP, but the other 3 heroes do have it, and they're looking to just take out this top tier 2 tower. Old Chicken making fairly quick work of it, though the illusion's not really helping that much. Pugna finds that kill nice and fast. Are they going to threaten the high ground with the Pugna? I mean, they see that Super is just pushing this tier 1. They want to see some kind of response to this. The Lifestealer is going to be able to defend a little bit, alright? He's able to just keep on raging through the root. Super does manage to get this bottom tier 1, but costs them a couple of Nether Blasts on the top tier 3. Are they going to look for the Regoose? Where's the smoke? Where's the smoke? The smoke's in Grimstroke's backpack and he has an empty slot. Alright, please drag that out. Thank you. Lifestealer has his Deso. Alright, if there was ever a timing for root, it's now. Oh, Old 11. Walking in here. Gets spotted. Yeah, we're going to jump him. Old 11 also silenced, not going to be able to get the Stampede off. He's silenced for a really long time, in fact. Going to follow it up with the Phantom's Embrace. And Yao puts the last little punctuation mark on it with the dunk. Okay, so sticking around at bottom turned out to be a nice decision. They've also got the smoke now. Lifestealer getting pinged up top. Does have a TP to escape. Fiend's Grip, alright, that's going to be life number 1, but can they keep him locked down after that? And Snare's not going to help too much. Soulbind coming in, they try to get the Naga-san out, but they won't be able to. Trouble for Naga, she's also going to get taunted to get the song out. Nice Nightmare save from Dark. Is it going to be enough? Old Chicken, he's ticking low. The Battle Hunger, it's doing it. It brings him down. Oh, the Nightmare dodge was not enough. Nicely played by the Grimstroke. He paid with his life, but setting up that Naga Siren kill. Super really wanting something over here, but ooh, finds himself a haste. 11 gets the stomp onto him. First damage from the Dagon, and they don't even need the life drain, just that Nether Blast. Okay, well that helps to make up for the loss of the Naga Siren on the other side of the map. Yeah, Roshan's still going to be down for at least another 3.5 minutes as Super somewhat greedily ends up going for some Boots of Travel. Alright, well that does mean that they can have Super split pushing in one of the lanes and then he can TP to join the team if they find a fight, so that's good. Though they don't have anything to TP onto. No Necrobook on the Dazzle or anything. Lifestealer just going to be going for a Mjolnir, help deal with some of these Naga illusions. Old Chicken being given over the Tome of Knowledge. What talent taking you for? It's going to go for the Strength talent, okay. Tanking up that little bit more. I don't know if he's going to go for Heart next or Butterfly. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. DDC just trying to farm up a little bit. Kaka actually finding a lot of farm. This stolen Cooked Swarm. Gonna be going for a Blink Dagger and a Force Staff. We'll see if he can make some big plays this game. Yao TPing. They've seen Dark in this area, it looks like, but won't really be able to find anything. Keen Gaming just doing a good job of splitting the map. Oh, DDC netted, interrupt his TP. He's got a grave. He's gonna buy himself a couple more seconds, but this is looking like a free kill for Old Chicken unless DDC can find the juke of a lifetime. Could not find said juke. Death Prophet is now going for an Aeon Disc. Definitely important against the Centaur initiation. Speaking of which, Old 11 has himself an Invis rune, and they now see Super. What they don't know is that there are heroes just around the corner, so they got to be a little bit careful about what they go for. Ooh, if they could just get the Pugna a little bit closer. Super making the right decision by hugging that tree line nice and close. Otherwise, I think he would have been in very big trouble. And bottom lane just getting pushed up by the Rubik. That does prompt a reaction from Victoria and Yao, but they don't manage to find him, so Kaka's farm spree will continue. And as the 25-minute bounty runes pop up, Keen Gaming actually going to get all 4. So big chunk of their net worth lead from that. Blink Stomp that never happened. Old 11 could not find a kill there. There's no... Oh, there is an Observer Ward a little bit further around the corner, but they're not going to be able to get the D ward on that one. Yao, what does he see? Knows that there might be an initiation possibility here. They've got good vision. Kaka and Old 11 just hiding in the tree line. They are going to infest up on the axe. Have they seen anything yet? They still don't know where the Rubik is. Now he reveals himself. Kaka into the tree line. Going to try for the TP out. It's a pretty long TP. He's heading over to the shrine, but Yao doesn't even try for the jump. They need to head over here because Super's being fiend script at the mid lane. He pops his BKB, he pops his Yules, but as he returns down to the ground, he's already dead. They do get the jump onto the Naga Siren. Can they keep her alive? No, there's too many spins. There's too much damage. Naga dead, but they're looking for the turnaround. Pugna still got plenty of damage, and they will bring down the axe. That's a 3-for-1 so far. Grimstroke and Lifesteal are both trying to make their escape. Kaka's chasing. Lift's already been used. What can he actually find? Spellsteal also on cooldown for a little bit. Okay, well, they lose the Naga, but they've still got this Pugna, so Tier 2 tower taken out. And they're even going to start blasting the tier 3. It's a very low commitment push. They've got the Aether Lens. Gonna keep their siege creep alive. They're even gonna glyph the wagon. And Team Gaming are really eager for every little bit of damage onto this tier 3 tower. They're gonna get the lift on the Lifestealer, a little bit more chip damage on him, and now the retreat has been called. Old 11 wasn't sticking around either. He's just been pushing out top lane in the interim. Not gonna be going for an Aghanim Scepter or anything, is just opting for a straight up heart this game. I'm not sure if I like this choice. Is it even good against the Lifestealer and the Death Prophet? It feels like you're just making them tankier if they're damaging you. What's the point? I think I'd even prefer like just buy an AC, right? If you really want more survivability versus what Team Root are bringing to the table. Helps against the Exorcism, helps against the Lifestealer auto attacks. Yeah, I don't know. Pugna is just leveling up Dagon. Naga is just going to end up going for the Heart of Tarask. So Old Chicken also tanking up. And Kaka non-stop spamming. He had the Crypt Swarm before, now he's got the Stroke of Fate. He is being such a nuisance pushing out these lanes. He's actually really keeping Team Root trapped over on their side of the map. They spotted Old 11. But wait, complete miscommunication here from Team Root. One of them Yules, the other one went for the blink call, and now Old 11's back to his tower and safe. The Exorcism gets popped. Kaka might be able to steal that though. Super. Alright, no, it's just gonna end up being the Spirit Siphon. Old 11 still getting chased down. Looks like he will end up losing his life, but there's a distraction. Bottom lane, they do manage to get the jump in now onto Old Chicken. He's okay. Nightmare save. Yao getting drained out by the Pugna. Song does get forced out by the Lifestealer, so Keen Gaming just gonna back off. That Exorcism not gonna end up doing too much more for Super, and now on cooldown for quite some time. Keen Gaming, as soon as the Centaur respawns, should be able to go and make a play elsewhere. Because with no Exorcism, I don't even know if Team Root can fight. Lifestealer does almost have his Mjolnir picked up. Man, that should have been a totally free kill on the Centaur, but they just didn't. They didn't agree on who was going to start that fight for some reason. Total whiff. Anyway, they did get some wards down during that pursuit, so not the worst thing in the world. They've got vision here. Yao going to be looking for something. Kaka is going to get jumped, but they're draining out the Lifestealer. Can they keep him alive? They won't be able to. The stomp locks him down. Kaka saving his own life with the Yules. Old Chicken into the backlines, finds the Death Prophet and just auto attacks her down. There's too much damage. The Dazzle now Fiend Script. He's dead. A little bit further over. Yao trying to find his escape. Victoria, what can he actually do? He throws out an Inkswell, but that's about the extent of it. Berserker's Call gonna get stolen. Yao, can he get the TP out? No, Kaka interrupts it. Triple kill for the Pugna, and Keen Gaming march down the mid lane. Straight to this tier 3 that they damaged earlier. They finished that off quickly. It's only a couple of nukes from the Grimstroke to hold on to this. They don't have a single buyback available. What were they doing looking for that fight without the Exorcism? They thought that the Axe Initiation was going to be enough, but no way that they anticipated the Lifestealer could die like that. Kaka making a great play with the lift, setting up for the stomp, and Keen Gaming looking like it might just be 2 lanes of racks, maybe even more. They jump forward, they find the Grimstroke, he's dead. Does have a buyback, and Yao's done. They're just gonna call the GG. That's it. Oh man, Team Root seem like they are in disarray after that game. Yao had a fantastic start, as these creep cutting axes always do, but there was like only one successful gank from the axe the entire game. And Centaur also had a good lane, but much more consistent impacts. Kaka, fantastic game from the Rubik, and I don't know, Team Root just some weird decision making. They even got handed a complete gimme when Keen Gaming tried to go for the Roshan, and they just lost 3 heroes and handed it over to Team Root. But even with that, still could not find the right timings to go and win a team fight and actually make any progress this game. Dazzle never had anything. Yeah, very, very weird situation overall. But that's going to wrap it up for Game 1. We are going to head to a short break, and when we come back, my very last cast for the Chongqing Major China Qualifiers. will be ready for you. It's Team Root versus Keen Gaming. Keen Gaming now looking like they might actually have a shot at top 2 in this group. Team Root, things are getting a little bit dire. This is actually their very last game coming up next. So if they win this one, then they'll have 4 points. That might be enough. I don't think 3 points is going to cut it because Keen Gaming is already at 3 points now. So if they lose that next one, Keen would go to 4, but they still have 1 more match to play. Meanwhile, Root, they're done and they're locked in at 4 points. And PSG LGD already have 5 points. And they are currently playing against Newbie Young, which I imagine that they are winning. So this next game, absolutely do or die for Team Root. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying all the coverage of the major qualifiers, and I'll see you back here for our next game in another couple of minutes.